Feed me more. Feed me more.
The Ryback Show starts now. Welcome to the Ryback Show, Tuesday Live. I am the big guy, Ryback. Thank you for everyone tuning in, streaming live on Instagram as well. Right now, we are under review for TikTok. We did not violate any community guidelines, so I'm not sure. This happened one other time, but we'll be back up and running hopefully here within the next few days, back on TikTok over there. And we're on Ryback TV here on YouTube, Ryback Rules on Twitch and Facebook at Ryback Reeves. I also have my Feed Me More Nutrition page as well. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's doing great. Just had myself a 84-gram ISO Hungry Caramel cookie, plant-powered protein shake, and 2 servings of barbecue pistachios. Big guy's a big fan of the barbecue pistachios. Get them at Walgreens. They have them right by the little checkout there. They got them also on the snack aisle. But they got these barbecue pistachios. They got a roasted chili flavor. They got sea salt. But guys, the barbecue reminds me just like those corn nuts, those red bags. And I haven't had those in forever. Those barbecue corn nuts. When Big Guy was at J.T. McWilliams Elementary School and R.O. Gibson and H.P. Fitzgerald for a year, then R.O. Gibson, then a part of the Western Warriors High School, then eventually Palo Verde, I'd get the barbecue corn nuts, guys. I have a very, very special place in my heart for those barbecue corn nuts. And those barbecue pistachios remind me of those corn nuts. So yeah, I like them. Good to see everyone. Thank you, guys. Had a great workout. Done doing my, I did 2 rounds on the 25-pound mace outside on the tire, 2 rounds of 3 minutes. I was going to do 3 rounds of 5, but it's like over 113 degrees in Vegas today, and my maces are out in the shed in the backyard, and I had my workout gloves on, my Feed Me More Nutrition ones on, but I have another pair. They all have the fingers cut out. That mace had to have been God knows how hot. It's black. It's just storing the heat. And my fingers were on fire. And I was like, I think I can get 2 rounds of 3 minutes. But I got lucky. I stopped just in time. My hands, I could see the outline. I don't know if you could see. It's tough. I could see where they were blistering from the heat. And I stopped just in time and then went and did a couple rounds on the assault bike. And thereafter, a big arm workout and P90X abs, Ab Ripper X, fantastic workout for your core. And then I did my softball before. I did my softball after here just for like 10 minutes. Broke up some more scar tissue, and I'll be breaking up more right after I get done with this. And then as I go into my evening work with Feed Me More Nutrition, I sent an email to the distribution for Europa to try to set up another call. I haven't had a call with them, and it's been almost a year and a half since my last call where they wanted me to raise my prices for distribution. And I really, really want to get distribution. I want to see at least what the options are on getting distribution. I just believe it belongs in every store. And in growing the line independently 4 years straight, year over year, I just think that and going back to TV eventually here, if everything goes as planned, I want to get the pieces kind of moving and in place before all that, because my life is already extremely busy, and I honestly don't know how I'm going to manage everything, but I also know I've always been able to manage everything. So and I know I will have the right people in place as I continue to grow all this and have the help that I need, because I assure you I cannot do this all on my own. I've done a lot on my own and I've had a lot of help, but I cannot do this all on my own, as nobody can do anything truly on their own. I mean, I could, but I'd probably end up in an insane asylum at some point. going out for a run listening to the big guy. Thank you very much, my man. We are on all podcast platforms as well, guys. Talking health, nutrition, supplementation, mindset, pro wrestling, whatever those questions. You have Justin says those Feed Me More Nutrition socks are comfy. Are you referring to these Feed Me More Nutrition socks that are the free gift on feedmemore.com right now? Because if so, I agree. They are very, very comfortable, and they're very stretchy, and they're one size fits all. Unless you have little baby feet, then don't come screaming at the big guy. But one size fits most. One size fits most. These are not the extra snug Trojans, though, for the little guys out there. So if you have little baby feet, guys, these will not fit. I apologize, but I assure you there are socks out there just for you. What's going on? Let's answer some questions. Let's go. Got my coffee. I got my water. I work out most days. I do take days off. I do one 24-hour fast a week where I completely rest my body entirely. Tim, I understand. Delicious is at a crossroads in his life. He's going to have to decide if he's coming out and telling his parents that he's vegan or not. I like to preferably. I've switched. I typically take my protein shake of one of two times if I don't do two a day. Typically, though, what I've been doing is 4 scoops for an 84-gram protein shake. But then I do 2 servings of my pistachios with it, and either eat those before or after, with 2 tablespoons of my MCT coconut oil. I've been doing it post-workout. Has been fitting best because my routine kind of right now is finish my workout, make my shake, chug it, have the pistachios, drink some water, go do my softball. And then, and actually, while the shake is blending, I usually will get the podcast studio all primed up and ready to go. And yeah, that's been the routine. You could honestly, they'll have a protein shake whenever you need to have protein in your diet. If you're in a hurry, if you're looking to hit your numbers, your macros for the day, you want to have a little bowl of rice and you want some protein with it, whatever the situation is, you can't go wrong with it. So I really think, though, too, especially for plant-based eaters, vegans, adding in the protein shake, we have all the amino acids in this. And we have over 5,000 milligrams. I think it's 5,400 and change of the leucine, which is really, really beneficial for vegans. How often do I eat fast food? Not probably nearly as often as I think some people would think. It's typically just for the Ryback TV videos. That's not to say that every once in a while, here and there, I'll order something. Like I said, I usually every once in a while, once a week, sometimes every once in a while, twice. I haven't been doing it here again as much as been getting the Chipotle sofrita burritos. But again, that's more, I don't look at that as fast food directly on that. But, and even the fast food, it's usually for a Ryback TV video, which again, going vegan, being 10 months vegan today, actually. And the vegan restaurants are so much healthier in general in Vegas. So, and I don't even count those as fast food. So, I try to make the majority of my meals at home as much as possible. I have a very diverse diet of vegetables and certain fruits in the morning. Yeah, we'll see. I've talked about the wrestling stuff, guys. I'm doing everything I can to get ready. And I just go one day at a time. There's no, you guys, no one's going to know when anything's going to happen anyways, as far as for you guys. I don't think that would be the right thing to do. I think surprises are greatly missing from pro wrestling today. And I would like to be able to do that. But I've also learned in life, guys, because I've been very vocal in the past on goals. I think sharing goals is actually a very negative thing to do, because there's a lot of bad people out there with bad intentions that have no purpose, that will purposely go out of their way to try to stop your goals if they know what they are. So I've found too that it's just best to just know what you're doing and do the work, and then just do it. And then after it's done, and you can talk about it. Sometimes it's good, and I've read times too where they'll talk about sharing your goals because it holds you, responsible for your actions. But I think that gets outweighed by the negative, hateful portion of people that can go out of their way to try to stop your goals. We have a super sticker from Tim Kachsiev. Thank you very, very much, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Super chats are always greatly appreciated, and I will get to those and pop those on the screen and answer those ones as well. Oh, we got $1.95 in badges going on Instagram today. We can almost get a coffee. We're about $1.03 away from a coffee on Instagram. Yeah, guys, I'm not a big believer in just picking one, like the best of all time. Muhammad Ali was amazing. Mike Tyson was amazing. Evander Holyfield was amazing. Holyfield, Lennox Lewis was amazing. Riddick Bowe was amazing for a period. Not as long as those other guys, but there's been a lot of like great boxers. Floyd Mayweather. I mean, I think humans are obsessed. I see it with like basketball fans all the time. They're obsessed with like just bashing each other on who's the best. Man, the people that play the game all respect each other. It's like, why can't the fans just have respect? They don't get it though, a lot of them. And I get it. They just never have done anything at that level. But it doesn't exist. It's an opinion that doesn't, like, you're wasting your time, in my opinion, talking about it, because everyone's going to have a different idea of what they think is the best, or who they think is the best. And at the end of the day, none of it matters. I promise you, when we die, none of this shit fucking matters. As far as like who is the best this and best that, none of that matters. It's what you do with your life, helping others, inspiring others, having love, and doing great things, which they do. And then that fuels them to do a lot of other great things. The points per game part, all that stuff they work up knockouts or this, man, none of that shit matters at the end of the day. It might matter to some of you, but I promise you, when you're dead, it instantly goes away. It doesn't matter. Yeah, our caramel cookie ISO hungry it's delicious. It mixes as close to a whey protein shake as anything you're going to find. I don't think there's another plant protein even close. And I've had, I thought Redcon had a decent one. It doesn't even come close to how it mixes and tastes. And that other one, the plancha one, I thought those were decent as well. And I don't think those come close, the ones I've had. So, yeah, I don't know enough about Canelo. I don't follow it like all that super closely, but I think all those guys are absolutely amazing, and they work very, very hard, and I'm very happy for their success and financial freedom that they've earned. And I think it'll be really cool when, I think pro wrestling and UFC are two things. I think pro wrestling, especially, a lot of people talk about how the fighters aren't making, the money they should, and some of them do, but a lot of them don't. Majority don't. But like pro wrestling, and that's been the pay in pro wrestling has been screwed up at the top level for a very long time, specifically for the amount of work. It's a very, very, that whole side of things is something, once I really saw that, I go, Jesus, this is, that really inspired me to take control of my life and use my brain as much as possible. Downey, I don't know what to tell you about that. People say let's get you on. I actually would like to bring you onto the screen, Downey, just so I want you to come on, and I'm not upset at you or anything. I just want to have a conversation about this with you. Because people like you, and I can tell you're easily manipulated by your thoughts. But it was, I don't know if he's going to pop on. We'll see if he does. It was people say you're a hazardous wrestler, and I'll say, well, go ahead and explain who are the people. There was one guy, and then one guy who was paid by WWE to make the same statement after I've been gone for 5 years. That is just, couldn't be any more clear as day that what he was doing. I don't know what to tell you. It's a lie. It's not true. I would say I'm one of the safest pro wrestlers out there. Am I intense and am I aggressive? Yes. I don't hurt people. So, but if I want you to believe I hurt people, I think that is a testament to my skill at my art as a physical actor to make you believe that I am. And I can't control that if your people marks are easily manipulated by my ability at being a fantastic physical actor. And that's the truth of the situation, believe it or not. And those that know. And if you don't, you're going to believe whatever you read by somebody who's never done it. Don't worry, guys. We will also, for anybody, we'll go ahead and take care of them. We got another super sticker here for 99 cents from Andrew McCoy. Thank you, Andrew. I can go get a vegan ice cream cone. Hello, hello. We're going to go ahead and get rid of him as well. What was the name? I didn't see it. I blocked him. Sorry. We don't have time for that. Yeah, I've talked about the CM Punk table incident a million times, guys. So the situation is, if you know how WWE works, so here's the two things. One, I'm going to ask you this: did the table break? The answer to that question is yes, the table broke. So he went through the table. Now, did we go exactly through the middle of the table like we both probably would have preferred? No, and certain things happened, and that didn't happen. That move is with two people, by the way, and how you post. It is what it is. Also, there is padding on the ground. When have you ever known WWE not to use padding in any of their stunts? He fell on padding, and he fell through the table. He just fell through the table at an angle, and he was completely fine. And it was just him being a little bitch, making things up as he always did. He never once would confront me or have an issue with me in person, guys. It is what it is. And I wish him all the best. But it's petty bullshit. That was top level petty bullshit. And I have no fucking time for it. If you want to believe that, I believe his karma dealt with him and took care of him for the things that he did and the wrongs that he did. And it is what it is. It's over with as far as I'm concerned. But I'll give you two facts. He went through the table as we planned, and there was padding down below. There was not concrete. There was concrete under the padding, but he fell through a table on padding. So I don't know what else to tell you guys other than stop being fucking marks. I love AEW and everything they're doing. Good to see all of you. Hello, hello. Take a look out. A good starter meal for vegan is go to the feedmemore.com blog section. And we have a blog on starting vegan and foods and a vegan diet. And I got blogs of some high protein vegan options as well. And man, you live in a day with Google, my man. You got to Google that shit and start doing some work. And like, you get a pen and a paper and you do Google meals. Go to Pinterest, you go to Google, and you start writing stuff down on what you like. And then here's the kicker. After you do that, now all you got to do is just do the work. You just got to either put an order in on Instacart or go to the grocery store. You get your foods, you bring them home, and you cook them. You've just now made a vegan meal. And then you can do more and more and more. That's all that it is. It's that simple. You just got to start somewhere and start doing it. And the key is you start taking action and procrastinating and saying, I'll do it next week, next year, next month, whatever. All for losers. If you can't start something right that second, man, you already got a losing mindset. Not saying you, but I'm just in general people. Like, we have the ability to do whatever we want right away, guys. What's up? No, guys, I enjoyed working with the majority of people. I've talked about there was one guy, usually one or two, that wasn't as exciting. But other than that, it wasn't that, and even that was fine. It was just more so, I never liked, as far as after my body was starting to hurt, wrestling bigger, heavy, like monsters was always a lot tougher for me because you can't fake picking people up and all the other things. So I'm doing very well. Thank you, guys. We'll see what, hello. Thank you. I really enjoyed wrestling Kalisto as well. I thought we put on some pretty solid matchups. Really live events. We really did some good stuff. And on pay-per-view and TV too. But it was always, those matches we had a little bit more time on those, but nowhere near what we were doing on live events. What could be motivation for working out is you just got to begin to go and start every day. You got to want to be active. And then if you have low energy levels, you fix your food, you fix our mood. That's the easiest way I tell you guys. We got to look at our problems. You know, if we want it. So usually, typically, when it comes to motivation or the lack of motivation, usually the number one reason why people are not motivated tends to be because they don't have good energy. When you're tired and don't have good energy, you want to sit around. You don't have the strength to kind of do anything, right? So you got to say to yourself, why is my energy so shitty? What can I do to fix my energy? That's where you got to look at what you're consuming in your diet. And I promise you, 100% of the time, it's related to that. And you will drastically improve your lives by dropping the bad habits, stopping the sugar sodas. If you're a smoker doing tobacco, knock that shit off. Stop being stupid. And that's what it is. Any of us that have done it, and I did the tobacco when I did wrestle, I was stupid. You're letting big businesses control you. And nobody gives a shit about your health. And you got to give a shit about your health. We have to give a shit about our health. Nobody else is going to do it for us. And if we fix our energy, we're going to have more motivation, and we're going to be more motivated to do things in life. It's that simple. You think I would want to do the things I do if I was tired all the time? Hell no. So, hey, Zeus, yeah, so what about Big Macs from McDonald's? They are so good, though. Stop being a little bitch, man. That is the food that when I hear that, oh, it tastes good, you are such a little bitch. And I mean that passionately. Like, you're the ultimate little bitch. Like, okay, there's so much other food out there that tastes amazing, but you're going to go and do this thing that's so bad for you because it tastes good. You're operating at that low of a frequency, man. Get your head out of your ass. Go find foods that are good for you and that have good energy that will allow you to be productive and do things in your life. We got to wake up, all of us. We're in desperate times right now. We need a massive shift. We don't have people saying like, oh, I respect people's choices. Fuck respecting people's choices on diet. We need to make a massive change. And we got to start raising awareness right now and getting as many people as possible out there switching their diets. Because the world, we are fucking it up. Not only ourselves, but the world for everybody. Super chat. Tim says, I can't see it. Underage. You just got to put your own TikTok content out, man, on what you want. You put your content out, and the people hopefully will eventually see it. Good to see all of you guys. Subway is, I think you can eat certain things there. Again, whenever you're eating out like that, guys, it's ultimately never as good as eating at home. I say this and I stress this in every video. Eating at home is the healthiest thing to do. Now, when in the vegan restaurants, and Subway's not a vegan restaurant, But we were able to do the vegan video from there for the one thing with that for Ryback TV. And even that stuff is superior to the meat and things of that nature. But like a lot of the vegan restaurants in Vegas are so much better in the quality of the food and the ingredients that they're using than regular places. Go ahead and take care of a few. Let's see. Yeah, so all that dairy causes inflammation, eggs, all that stuff causes massive inflammation. I just think too, and with, I do think there's levels to this, like I've talked about, where, if you have your own farm animals, you had your own chickens you're taking care of, and everything is just pure and I think that sort of thing is such a massive difference than what is currently going on. Like the factory farming is a major issue on what we're doing. And we're overpopulated ourselves and we're destroying the planet. You really got to look into factory farms. And every time anyone eats a burger, chicken, fish, anywhere, it is contributing to factory farming. And those need to be shut down as soon as possible. They're destroying the planet at a rapid pace. I mean, like we're the last 30, 40, 50 years, like we fucking have done a number. I mean, we've lived here for how long? And now we're fucking things up at a level that we got to make massive changes. So, but again, I just think you got to look at the vegan diet. The book, The Plant-Based Athlete's a great book. You have to have the information in front of you and see it, and you got to read. You can't go by what you just see. You have to actually go and actually start learning about, the entire food system and everything that how we got to this exact point that we're at. But all the research, I'm not going to argue things on having this here and there. It's just shown in research, and this is a fact, the vegan diet is superior to anything else. And anything negative that you see with it is being paid for by the meat and dairy industry or people that are in selling products revolving around those things. Samuel, I use our Feed Me More Nutrition 10-count creatine. It's back there in that stack behind me where we use 10 different creatines. I absolutely love it. It's enhanced with Glycer Pump as well, which helps with the pump during the workout. I usually stack that with my Pumplexity intro workout. The vegan diet is beautiful in every way possible. And I just posted a photo, did another classic big guy ab shot, but I haven't 10 months. And I just keep getting in better and better shape, building more muscle and increasing my endurance. So I love chips as well. The baked version. We got to do a new Ruffles video soon. Get that meme's about to hit 1 million here. I think we hit 900,000 on YouTube or with the Ruffles chips video. I think we're going to get that to 1 million very quickly at the pace that it's on. Yeah, good question. Would you make your own gym? That's definitely in the plans. Feed Me More Fitness is something that down the road that I really, a company like Redcon, who that guy was involved in actually selling illegal drugs prior to opening Redcon, which is what fueled that to where it is. And I don't agree with a lot of the stuff they do, but he has grown his business. And they actually opened a gym, the Redcon gym, for all their steroid enhanced athletes that they use to promote their supplements. And I want to definitely be able to do that with a Feed Me More Fitness tied in with Feed Me More Nutrition, just minus all the drugs and steroids. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Nick asked, how can I incorporate cardio into my strength training without potentially losing gains? You can either, a lot of people like to split up their cardio from their weight training. I used to do that when I was younger. I typically now do my conditioning and cardio after my training. I think as long as you're getting adequate calories, it's not, I think the benefits far outweigh anything negative. And as long as you're increasing your calories, the health benefits and the endurance benefits you'll get if you actually truly push yourself past lazy cardio, that like a lot of bodybuilders, they do like the lazy cardio, like the fucking walking, and like that's cool if that's your only option. Like if you're not doing stuff to like increase your heart rate and to really push yourself, otherwise it's really lazy cardio. And I get it. And you burn calories, and I do stuff where I do the elliptical to burn calories, and that's in conjunction with my hard conditioning. You just got to make sure you're getting the calories though, man. All right, we're going to go ahead and block that guy too. India, how are you doing? Hello, hello. Do I prefer the treadmill or running outside? I like doing incline sprints on the treadmill, and then I have the assault runner in my gym as well. The gyms have them. I really like doing the assault runner as well. Outside, I think is fine. I think it just depends on what you're doing. Those things are in being, near 290, 300 pounds. I think it's just better. We're not doing any guests right now, guys. Thank you very much, though. Yeah, I think me running outside definitely would be something that scares people. Right now, I'm between 288, 290, and really, really pushing I'm in a phase where we're breaking up this scar tissue, like I said, around the scapula. I'm about to get Andrew Locke, I actually just messaged the other day, sharing kind of some of these recent advancements I've made with the team of people the 3 different people I see every week, and to really get my scapula and humerus moving independently. And I could tell a major difference this week on a lot of things, especially in my scapular region and how it feels doing push-ups and my strength. And my stability is increasing. So I'm really excited. The next few weeks again it's just every day right now. And like, like where I am now is so much more than last month. And I just keep going what I'm doing. And I know we talk about it a lot, but it's my life. And this is a story this is all going to be documented through this stuff where people are going to look back and go, holy fuck. I hope people can find inspiration and motivation from this as I have living it, that like, just don't give up. And sometimes things don't happen overnight, but it'll be worth it in the end. And I know what I'm doing. And I know the formula for success now in my life on things. And I know how to plug it in, and it doesn't always happen. And oftentimes won't happen overnight. And you got to be consistent and persistent and just keep going, and patient, and not listen to the negatives, and just keep doing the work regardless. And we live in a day and age where there's a lot of noise all around us, right? And you just got to shut it out and do the work. And if we do that, we give ourselves a fighting chance. I am right at 6'2". I don't have a favorite wrestler per se. I just enjoy watching stuff. Thank you very much for subscribing, guys. Instagram, we'll see. Does any good Instagram questions? Health, fitness, motivation, mindset. What do we got going on? Samuel asked Ryback, is it worth to get a personal trainer? I think absolutely. If you can afford it, they can help get you on track and teach you in finding a good trainer too. I think is imperative in all of this. Very key. Will help you get the basics down and help fuel you on and where if you decide you want to keep a trainer, or maybe you just keep a trainer once or twice a week and keep your costs down, and you learn some stuff on your own and you go in and do some stuff on your own. And when you have questions, they're able to help you. And, maybe you just say, I'm going to go for 3 months and get as much information as possible. And maybe in that time, then you're ready to go on your own. I think it's always good to invest in ourselves if we don't know what we're doing. If you failed your physical agility test twice, well, you gotta improve your agility. You got to look at it why you failed, and you need to work on the things that you failed at. And that's as simple as it is. You got to put in the work going into whatever it is. And if not, you're gambling. You may still pass, but if you don't put in the proper work before, it's a crapshoot. And chances are, and there's a good chance you're going to lose. So especially if you don't do any of the work, so you got to put in the work. You got to be consistent with your efforts day in and day out. Taking a look here to see what other questions we have. Is it worth it to get a nutritionist? Again, absolutely. I think on that stuff, hiring, especially if you're interested in going vegan and you don't know what to do, I'm telling you, talking to a nutritionist just once, like that was for me. And when I talked to Sarah Brandow, who's a nutritionist with BioAccelerator, I got a list of the foods that I needed for my question. And I realized, I go, man, this is so simple on that I didn't realize how simple it was. And that helped fuel me to start looking and asking more questions and finding the right answers. So, like I said, investing in ourselves in areas that we want to be better at and hiring somebody that is a so-called expert or very good in that area, we'll never go wrong with. It's just finding the right person that we're comfortable with and that financially makes sense for us depending on our financial levels. Hello, Instagram. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I've got a book we're doing for my autobiography, Broken Bones and Happy Endings, that once I'm back in wrestling, that will be finalized. And then I plan on doing more books as time goes on. I definitely want to do a book on social media, and I definitely want to do a book on being vegan. But that's something I want to be probably 2 to 3 years in before something like that. Just drinking my last black coffee for the day, and that fuels me into my nighttime work. Did somebody inspire me to want to be a wrestler? No, I think it just was always motivated. I always wanted to do it. And I just kind of, always liked Arnold growing up. And Arnold I just liked because he set goals and achieved them and attacked them. And that's kind of where Ryback, it was exactly where the whole Ryback character was, a Terminator character I created that was inspired by Arnold and setting goals. And that was where I told you guys, like when I created that in the Hungry Feed Me More mindset, that was the moment I took control of my life. And that was why I eventually changed my name to Ryback, because that was my name for me figuring out life, I felt like. and what to do, and that life is heaven or hell based off our mindset. I appreciate you watching the Ruffles chip video. We're doing the videos going strong. No, I don't know what. That's a good question, Justin. Would you consider yourself a trainer by doing these live chats and talking about supplements, eating habits, workout habits, mindset? Yeah, I think this is a way for me to communicate with people and have conversations through things that have helped me in my life. And if the advice that I give can help people, and that's great. And the purpose of this stuff is tied into the whole hungry mindset and motivating people, inspiring others, providing entertainment, also staying relevant as far as pro wrestling to people that have questions in that field, and going back to that, and kind of just summing up everything that is my life, that the entertainment and the laughter and things like that with the memes on social media. Humor and laughter was one of the greatest things to keeping us positive and happy in life and overcoming negativity. And it's helped me tremendously in a lot of situations, because when we laugh, we get in a feel-good frequency. So I constantly want to make people laugh, because I laugh at them. That's why I post them. When I laugh, I'm like, I get it. That's going to make someone else laugh. And when you understand that power, and some people don't even realize it, and they're just you could be in a shit mood and you see something absolutely hilarious, your mood switches instantly because you switch your energy. It's one of the easiest, most efficient, quickest ways to switch our energy is through pure laughter, which is why like when I post stuff, I'm not worried. Even if it's sexual content, I'm not worried about it. I go for the laugh. I'm not worried about the negative that's going to be like, well, that could be offensive. I don't care. It's laughter for the people that need the laughter. And if I laugh, it works for me. And that's why it's my page and I post it. So, and there's a few things every once in a while that I think if it's a little too far as what it's showing and whatnot, okay, we'll save that for Snapchat. Follow me. I'm on Ryback 247 on Snapchat as well. Post a lot of the same memes, sometimes a little different memes on there as well. No, I don't think taking more calcium is going to make you taller. I think again, height's one of those things, guys, that I would say just stop stressing over it. I can't. I know. I think sometimes with guys, and then with women, and you got to you be optimistic that you're going to meet the right woman that accepts you for you and your height. Height is a very interesting thing in life. It's odd. I get it completely. Like we're always, it's just one of those things. Thank you very much. I try to always have the energy. It's going morning to night, and you gotta. I try to do things that make me happy, and doing these help. And usually, when we get the good questions, it makes me happy when we can help some people. We'll make sure too, guys, if you download the Station Head app, we are also going to be on there, and you add me at Ryback on the Station Head app. With that, guys, and we're going to be doing live questions on there as well. If WWE offered me a $30 million contract, everything would have to be in writing. As a physical actor, I am interested in knowing exactly what role I'm going to play. I have no interest in showing up and letting a team of people decide what role I'm going to play on any given day. As a physical actor, I need to know exactly the role that I'm going into so that we can map it out from A to Z and have some fun in between on that. But I need to know the destination of the role before I sign on with anything. I don't care. The money's not anything. Like there's certain things as a physical actor I need in place on that. And it's very basic things that everybody should need to have in place to know the role. And I'm at a point right now in my life that I'm very comfortable. So we'll see. I don't see anything ever happening with that company ever again, guys, ever. There's just too many personal things that, and I don't think they don't care. They're trying to destroy my life as we speak. So I don't see anything there. And they're kicking their ass on the trademark, by the way, with the Ryback trademark. They've been caught lying multiple times. They are not good human beings. Their attorneys are horrible human beings. And I fought through all of it. I've won everything, and I'm going to continue in the greatness. They are not going to stop it. And a lot of truths are going to come out. I promise you, I'm going to talk a lot more once there's some things in the clear, and expose some other people from that place as well. And it is what it is. I don't hold back though. And this is very personal with what they've done to my social media and some other moves that they've tried to do. And they got caught lying to the USPTO. The USPTO is just flat out, they caught lying on multiple things. Like, this company has no shame. So I don't see anything happening with them. Yeah, and I think everyone, you guys have people, everything I've ever said has been 100% true. It's been confirmed by other talents and people. And I think as time goes on, you're going to see more and more things. And it's just the way people hate you when you tell the truth, and then they eventually love you. What it is. I don't need them either way. I know what I'm doing, and I want everything to be over. I want my impressions. I want people to see my content. You can't keep growing a following and your content doesn't go up. It doesn't add up. And I already know, because I've been told by a couple of the companies of what's going on. And it's frustrating, but I can't stop. I got to keep going. And we're going to get it. We're going to win. Yeah, Dennis, I don't know. I'm just going to block you, Dennis, because I don't like your questions. Congratulations, buddy. I love apple cider vinegar. We use that in my Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner as well. It is fantastic. A lot of health benefits to that. And I used to do the liquid, and it's quite disgusting. I still did it. I didn't. That kind of stuff never bothered me too much, but it's much easier just to take it every day now in my Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner. Yeah, so the Twitter took away my verification last year when I updated my name from @Ryback22 to Ryback. I thought that I would be able to contact them and get it put right back on. But they've never gotten back to me. I've messaged them since 2016 on my impressions, even when my account was still verified, after WWE tried to get me to sign over all my social media. And when we didn't give them all my social media and my brand, when we didn't give them the website and the supplements and the podcast, they wanted everything. They did the next thing for them was they suppressed my account so that people wouldn't see my stuff. And then in the purpose of that is to make people seem irrelevant over time. But oftentimes that tactic, it's a psychological tactic that they do. Then people won't tweet as much because they're self-conscious of their numbers. That doesn't figure in with me. I have a business and a brand. I go even harder with it. But if you've noticed, and I've talked to enough former WWE talents, all the WWE talents that had an issue with WWE, their Twitter accounts are completely suppressed. And it's not an accident. I firmly believe they have a list, and the people, and they work with Twitter, and all they do is you call it shadow banning or whatever you want. They keep it where your impressions are so low based off of your following. None of your stuff will ever take off, and only a small percentage of your following will even see it. And even the ones that do see it, there's only a small portion that interact with it. So by default, when you take people off of the normal impressions, and by normal for Twitter, based off and things, anything 5, 10, 15, 20% is all that range that tweets should get with a following, right? Especially the more active you are. And I'm more active than anyone. specifically wrestler wise, and the majority of people like just having I go very hard on social. My impression is 0.5 to 1%. Typically it's around 0.5 for the majority of them. So by that, nothing could take off. It just, everything just kind of says, you got to look and you go, how does a guy, there'll be an indie wrestler that people are very not known that has 5,000 followers can get thousands of likes on tweets. And I can't even get 50 on the majority of it. And you got to go, and that's at almost 1.5 million. You go, well, okay, maybe people just aren't interested. I go, yeah, maybe, but they are interested on all these other platforms. And also, if we actually look at the analytics, which you can't flub those, my stuff's not being seen by my own following. So there's the answer is like, if my stuff's being seen and my engagement rate is actually fantastic for the majority of my tweets, I'll oftentimes have engagement rates of anywhere from 8 to 10%. You want to know what is considered good engagement? 0.5%. That's what my impressions are, though. My engagement's actually 10%. So how does that? It doesn't add up, and so that's what we're fighting with. But they won't talk to me, not even to have a conversation. And why would they? Why would you have a conversation with somebody that knows what you're doing? So that's the fight that I'm in right now. And I got to try to figure out, I keep messaging Twitter employees. Not one of them has messaged back. And it's just simply, they have no information based off the emails I'm telling them. It's just inquiring if I could speak to them in regards to my account, and not one of them will email back. And I find that very odd as well. Super chat. Samuel says, thank you for the advice. I will definitely take your advice and push myself to pass the physical agility test. Hashtag feed me more, July 6, 2021. There you go, my man. You've put it out there. Now all you got to do is do the work. And you got to make sure, man, fuel yourself, eat the right foods, and put in the work and go past that test and enjoy it. Be thankful for it and have a little mini celebration afterwards, and then get ready to go kick ass on something else. That's the hungry mindset, and it's being grateful and enjoying, and that hungry in all areas of life, balance in all areas of life. We're not just talking money. We're not just talking just success. We're talking happiness. We're talking love. We're talking about everything, fitness, health, nutrition, everything we do, everything. Let's see. Wear a Karen wig and walk. That would make a great Ryback TV video of me dressed as Karen walking into Twitter HQ demanding to speak to somebody about my account. Jesus, that would actually be brilliant. I'm not going to lie. That's very possible when I go to my manufacturer out there to make another trip. Thank you very much, Bikash, for the cash super chat. South Africa, thank you for joining, guys. This podcast is brought to you by Feed Me More Nutrition, available on feedmemore.com, guys. We have a bunch of free blog content. We have a spin and win wheel up to 35% off right now. And also, if you sign up for my email and text messages, you get 25% off your next 2 orders. So a lot of great ways to save right now on the best supplements on the planet. No artificial sweeteners or colors, and vegan-friendly supplements, guys. For all people, for men and women. I've never played Pokemon one time in my life, guys. I'm really not a big, even being a kid, I wish my parents would have banned video games as a kid. I think there's such a, and don't get me wrong, I had some memories playing. I think if you're able to control it and play just here and there, but I think they're just meant to be so addictive, and so many people waste their life in a virtual world that doesn't exist, that we're missing out on a great life. But, at the end of the day, if that's what people think makes them happy or whatever, it is what it is. It's not for me. It's not my thing. And I stay far away from it. That is not true in regards to steroids. And anybody telling you that is, you do not. I've always been fascinated by people that say that or think that it doesn't. No. Have you seen all the pro bodybuilders that stop and how horrible they look? They usually are way smaller than the majority of people, which is why they usually start them to begin with. Indonesia in the house. We also have guys, I use these all the time, especially when I'm deadlifting and doing traps. We have the Feed Me More Nutrition wrist straps with the padding. These are super soft and comfortable as well. I'm a big believer, especially doing deadlifts. I used to not use the straps as much and did an over-under grip. But when you do that, you really put yourself at risk for injuries. And I did training with some people. I go, yeah, lifting straps are, especially knowing what I'm training for in pro wrestling. And I do a lot of grip work in regardless anyways. And I'll use a double overhand grip as much as I can until I go to my straps to work on my grip work. But those wrist straps are definitely, they come in handy for when you're lifting to especially push out some extra reps before your grip gives out. Hey, buddy, let's try not to, guys, again, I love you too, but we're going to block if you guys spam. Freaking jacked. You ate $10 as a pizza. My life has improved because my health has improved. And I also now make money with business and not my body. And I'll be able to go back and include that into what I'm doing. That is going to fuel me to accomplish a lot of my big goals in life and give me financial freedom for me and many generations of my family when I'm gone. Hello, guys. Thank you for joining me. We'll have to clean up. Yeah. Do I think wrestling singlets? I'm a fan of the singlet for me now. I prefer it to the trunks. I love the airbrushing on them. And I like that look. And then I take the straps off to show my abs after the match. And I just think and I like to wear the weight belt. I just think that whole look is, I like it. I just think it stands out with how I'm built. No, guys. So Feed Me More Nutrition. I have a fulfillment company and customer service that handles all that. I've grown this from 3 supplements up to 13. And I have a team that works with me. And like I said, the goal is to get, going back to TV is to land distribution and be in the stores as well and really, really take this to the next level. We will be getting the Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner back on Amazon as well. We're going to have a new company taking on everything exclusively who's going to be putting a lot of money to getting the supplements into a very high ranking on Amazon and really, really trying to do Amazon right here moving forward. Thank you very much, Bruce. That's all. I just try to help through things that I've learned in my life and things that I'm taking the hungry mindset. And we're at a time, there's so much hate and negativity in the world that we need everyone to push out as much love and positivity as possible. I have a no bullshit approach. I don't sugarcoat things. And I'm me at the end of the day. And, if I don't motivate you, I just say, great, find someone who does, and that's the key is not wasting our time, distracting ourselves, wasting our times worrying about what everyone else is doing. We need to either be motivating and inspiring, and we need to be kicking ass in our own lives as much as possible. The world depends on us doing that. I am on TikTok. The big guy Ryback 22. We're approaching 1.2 million followers here on 16 months or so. We're kicking ass on TikTok. Yeah, I don't do a lot of the workout stuff as much. I like my workout time is where I like to just think. I record so much content on so many things that I need to have my alone time. And I'm just not, it fucks up my workouts. I tried doing some of the videos and I hated it so much. It was such a stress getting like this in like the videographers and I can't handle it. It takes doing one video can take like filming wise for the day, a chunk of 5 to 6 hours and that's not counting all the other bullshit with it. And you don't even get that good of a workout because you're just they just want to get content. Like, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. Seeing what other Mexico, what's going on, my man? Thank you for the follow on TikTok. We're hoping to be able to stream. I usually stream the show on there as well, but there's something happened with the community guidelines. They're reviewing it, which there's nothing because cussing is allowed. So I don't know what happened with the, it's happened once before though, and then it got all worked out. Yeah, we could have Phoenix back on the show sometime. I do this now that I can still have guests on whenever I want. I'm just so, which by the way, I found, and today somebody tweeted me and it popped me because Moxley, who actually lives on the other side of town, he's in Henderson. I'm all the way up in the mountains, far, far north. He does the oral sessions. He filled in for Renee, which congratulations to both of them. They welcomed their baby girl into the world here, which is crazy. Everyone's having kids now. Cody and Brandy are having a kid. Mox, AEW's people having a lot of kids. They're going to need the big guy to come in pretty soon to handle everyone's going to be raising kids. And I'm going to be on the board of creative. I want to be on creative. I want to be in the production meetings. I think I'm as creative as anybody in the world. I feel like I would go crazy eventually too. But anyways, Mox likes to do when he says oral sessions, he says it in his Ryback voice, which is like a blend of a Ryback and something else he said. I think, did he say like a Nirvana, something from one of the songs, some song. But he was like, oral sessions. It popped me because Moxley is a very entertaining individual. We're very similar in ways on certain things. And like, he'll keep to himself a lot too on things. But if you get a couple drinks in the guy, which I feel like he drinks when he does the show. Because he's no way, unless he's just at a whole different point now. He wasn't as social, but me and him always got along great. Always was easy to work with, and I always appreciate. He says the Ryback voice creeps out Renee, which thoroughly entertains me. Oral sessions. I like it has like the at the end. He does a very good Ryback voice. So I'm big on impersonating voices myself. So it pops me when people try to do my voice. Cause I don't know. You're just used to yourself speaking, right? So it's always funnier how your voice is perceived by other people. But I like the way oral sessions. That sounds like how I would pronounce the show. Hello. Bangladesh, good to see you guys. Do I have any funny stories? We'll end the show on this one. When I was in Nexus as a part of the group, do I have any funny stories? So Edge ribbed me after our we did something if you go back, and this is on YouTube, I'm sure, I speared Edge on Raw as part of the Nexus group. And it was just because he does the spear and I was the big enforcer that took out people. at the time. And so I was the one that got to spear Edge. And it was actually, I thought it came, I always liked doing the spear, which by the way, I'll tell you, they almost had me doing the spear on some, I did the spear a few times on dark matches as Ryback and nobody at the time ever said any of the Goldberg stuff. That wasn't until a later WWE thing triggered all that with the crowd. But and that wasn't even the design was to try to be him. It was just, I do the move pretty well. I feel deliver it with good intensity. Anyways, we do the move and I know without a shadow of a doubt, like I knew I didn't like hurt him and he was fine right after. Like we were, you know what I mean? If he would have hurt him, like he would have let you know in the back that night. He had something happen. I don't know if it was it the pay-per-view before that night? I don't remember. Maybe it was on the pay-per-view then the night on Raw. I don't remember the timing, but I speared him, but he had a match where he got his ribs. I think it was with Jericho. I don't remember who else, but his ribs got all jacked up and bruised. But he had him wrapped, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I hit him with a spear. I don't know the timing of all this. All I know is we got to the live events for the following week. We're working these guys in live event matches, the Nexus versus Team WWE, or some version of it, 4-on-4, 6-on-6, 7-on-7. Edge brings me into a room alone, dead serious. And he came up to me. He actually, everyone was by the monitors. And he called me out. He goes, Skip, can I talk to you, please? And I go, yeah. And he pulls me in, like, it looked like everybody was like, what the fuck is going on? And we go into the other room. I go, yeah. He goes, I just want you to look at this. And he shows me his ribs. They're black and blue, right? And so we're brand new at this time. And he's at the top of the food chain. He's well respected with everybody. And and these guys were very good to us too. And the last thing anybody wants to do is hurt anybody else. I knew I didn't hurt him when I speared him, though. But when you're new, you don't talk back to people or anything. And he goes, I go, where's that from? I go, what was that from? And like, I already know where it's going. He goes, it was from the spear you did on me. He goes, look, I don't want to. I forgot to preface this with the one other thing. When he called me out to speak to him, he walked into the monitor room with his shirt off, with his ribs black and blue, which Jericho, I think, was in on it, in which Jericho goes, holy shit, what the fuck is that from? To set this up. And Edge just goes, it's nothing. So, like, this was set up to put me in a very stressful situation of hurting a top guy on one of our first, on spearing him with his own move. So he pulls me in the room, and then we get to that, and I ask him, I go, what's that from? He goes, it's from when you speared me. And I go, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, look, I don't want to make a big deal about this. He said, he goes, I don't want anyone to know. And I'm thinking in my head, like, you just fucking everybody knows. You just walked into the fucking room with your shirt off. Everyone can see your black and blue ribs. And I go, Edge, man, I'm so sorry. I go, I honestly go, I don't know what to say. I go, I didn't think I hurt you. He goes, yeah. He goes, it was one of those deals. You got me good. I didn't want to say anything. Like, he goes, we're tough, right? He goes, I didn't want to be like, you didn't want to complain. He goes, but I woke up and they were like this. And so I sell it. I'm like, fuck. I go, man, I felt horrible. And like, 'cause in my head, I'm like, did I do this now? Because what if I didn't realize what had caused it, which nobody did. It was from a spot in like a ladder. Something happened that fucked up his ribs and bruised them. They're all discolored. And like, so then other people are in on it now and we're like, man, you fucked up his ribs like that? And I'm just like, yeah. And like, because at that point, like, you can't, until they come clean with it, or like, you're just thinking like, fuck. Now people like, and then he eventually later, he called me and him and Christian. He's like, he fucking came clean with everything. And we were good ever since. So. Because I think, too, they'll do things, they'll see how you want to handle situations, too, with guys. Like, if you're a new guy up there, especially if you're a big guy, or people like, if you're going to be like, fuck you, I didn't do that, where then and that obviously didn't happen. So, and he was always really good with me, but I remember that was, there was more. It was in, I think he played that rib in Shreveport, Illinois, which was a shit arena. And if I'm not mistaken, it was somewhere in Louisiana that I think that happened. So that was one little deal that happened with the Nexus. Thank you very much. But I appreciate all you guys as always. And thank you for joining me. And we'll be back tomorrow with another Ryback Show live. And enjoy the pro wrestling if you're watching any pro wrestling tonight, guys. And work hard to be nice to people. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay hungry. Feed me more.